first we need to do a little introduction about the 15-speed video. I've had several requests about the 15-speed, and we're just going to do a 15-speed video today. Alright, 15-speed transmission, 8.4. This is the 15715. It has 5 lower gears called a deep reduction, and then it's got your regular low and regular high. Deep reduction is operated by this little button right here, and you flip it forward and that'll put it in deep reduction. Basically this is a glorified 10-speed. Don't think it's got like 15 gears and like it's all high gear crazy. No matter what stories you hear, this is a 15 over. It goes against the dash here. Don't get it confused with the 15 double over, because that's about as common as a unicorn. It's got one overdrive gear in it. It's 14th gear or 9th gear, whatever you want to call it. It's basically 1-to-1, and then your 15th gear is I think in a 15-7-15, I think these are a 0.78 or 79. I can't remember. Some 15s are a 0.78, some of them are 0.79. So alright, we're empty right now, and I'll do a loaded one sometime when we get loaded, or when I think about it I'm loaded. So basically what I like to do is start off in deep reduction, no matter if I'm loaded or empty. First gear is just it's a little bit too high for me taking off, because like I like to preserve my clutch as much as I can, and because I know when it goes out who's going to put it in. So therefore I like to take care of my clutch best I can. I don't like to ride it. I just like to take care of my clutch. So let's get started. If you hear some, these are the gears in this transmission, I guess, are they're kind of straight geared, I guess, to best way I can explain it. These newer transmissions, they have, I think, what is called helical gears, and they kind of angled way. Anyway, so that's the best way is explained to me. So these, they make a pretty good click. You know, it's definite. There's no scratching it through the gear very much in these. It's pretty cut and dry. It's either in or out. And then I've got this little tube right here. It's a stainless tube on it. So who in the hell keeps texting me? Jeez. Turn. All right. Okay. All right. This is my wife. We got a dance competition this week, and they're going to it, so I'm having to work. So it's kind of noisy when you shift these things, because it's a click, 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 and I've got this stainless steel tube over my gear shifter to make it look like it's a chrome stick, even though it's not. So like it's like a megaphone. So if you scratch it, like, it's 10 times louder, and you know, even going into gear, it'll click, and it'll make you think like, dang, that's loud. So anyway, if you hear any kind of noise that sounds weird, that's what that is. It's that let me see if I can, you hear it right there. I'm just kind of barely bumping a gear right there. Yeah. All right, so there's a rice bird over there. Well, it's because there's a rice field right there. Okay. All right, so starting off deep reduction 4. Let's get going here. All right, deep reduction 4. Deep reduction 5, low 4, low 5, go to high range, 6, 7, 8 skating, donate. make it grand. It's like I'm in a dice game or something. So anyway, that is loaded. That is loaded 15 speed. You notice, like, when I went from 13th or 8th to 9th, whichever way you want to call it, when I went here to here, I had to give it a little bit more RPM. You've got to, the further you get up in the range, like the lower gears are real close together, and then the higher gears, the higher you go, the further they are in these. So going from 13th to 14th or 8th to 9th, whatever, it's a bigger gap, so you got to let it get more RPM. And then going from 9th to 10th or 14th to 15th, however you want to say it, it's an even bigger gap. You go from like I said, a 1 to 1 to a 0.79. I mean, you're like 20-something% there. So you hear that megaphone. So now that's how I operate this thing empty. Come on, let's go. That's how I operate it empty, and I'll do a loaded video later on once I get loaded, or figure that part out of it later. But you've got remember how these gear patterns, or how these gears how to shift it. I mean, you've got to really got to watch yourself with these, because like I said, I mean, you can't, like these newer transmissions, I mean, you can scrape them into gear. I don't really like to, but like I said, it's either in or out with these, man, and it lets you know real quick, because it's definitely got a sound if you scratch it, and that's just the way these old RTO transmissions, the way they are. These RTLOs, man, I don't know, I wouldn't call them I guess they are a smoother they're a smoother shifting transmission in a way, for somebody that can't drive worth a flip. But to me, I think these shift smoother. But guys can't shift these. Alright, looking good back in town there.
Damn, Paul, I helped you about Martha Mitchell.
Nah, I appreciate it. Hey, sorry about hollering at you last week. My radio goofing up.
Oh, that's alright. You been doing alright?
Yeah, I've been doing good, buddy. How you been doing?
Oh, you know how it is. One day after another.
I know that's right. Alright, well, be good, be careful. We'll holler at you later on.
I did for you too.
I do, Luke. Alright, so what I was saying is like, the way some of these guys, I've seen them shift, the way some of these guys shift, they would tear this transmission up. I mean, they would scratch every gear. And these newer transmissions, I mean, I know guys that they scratch every gear. I mean, they can't shift worth a crap, and it just is what it is. I mean, they shift easier, I guess. They shift easier. I don't think they shift better, they shift easier. Okay. Yeah, now we got that out of the way. So, I'll put another part of this video sometime or another. I'll film it and get it together, and maybe even show some different. I've got a spot that I'd like to get to and kind of shift up, down, it's kind of curvy and skinny and everything. So be a good spot to show y'all how to operate it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So stay tuned for that, it's coming. All right, so I'm loaded here. We're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do a loaded part of this deproduction, or deproduction, I guess, this 15-speed video. So right now we're in deproduction first. Sometimes what I do when I'm loaded is I go deproduction first, deproduction third, deproduction fourth, deproduction fifth. Let's go to the low side fourth, low side fifth, go to high side, go into sixth. Uh-oh, somebody's up there blowing some smoke. I'm gonna blow some smoke too. I'll blow out smoke. Hang on. Yeah, let me blow some smoke. Yeah, get you some of that. I don't know what it is about having a B model, but all these guys that have these electronic engines with dirty tunes in them and blow lots of smoke or smoke wires, whatever the case, whatever they're doing to make their electronic engine smoke. I'm just normally driving and I'm blowing smoke everywhere, and these guys are just like, every time they see me do this, it's like, ooh, I gotta do it, too. I gotta show him my truck smokes too. Oh look, man, my truck smokes too. I had a guy in Chicago yesterday. I was on this back street in Chicago, and I turned and went on this other street, and I just clicked a few gears off in there, and wasn't really smoking that bad. Yeah, I try to feather the throttle most of the time so it don't smoke near as bad. But this guy see me smoke. That's the first thing he did. He was way on down the street bobtail, boy, and he was blowing smoke. I bet he shifted 15 times before I met him. And that's what that guy did. When I pulled out that fuel stop, I clicked it, and I got a little puff, and I seen him way up the road. Boy, he was getting with it. Just, look, my truck smokes too. Some people, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I get it. Really and truly, all the douchebags that have, like, blown smoke everywhere, and it's made blowing smoke really not that cool anymore to me. It's like, I'm over it. You know, there's too many asshats out there blowing smoke all over things. And, you know, I mean, like, I blow more smoke on accident than most people blow on purpose. So anyway, we are in 15th gear here, and that is that's just kind of my bag when I'm loaded, how I go through my gears loaded. So that should do it there. I'm not really going to do a downshifting part of this, maybe. I might later on, but anyway, that's going through the gears, getting you into high gear, loaded and empty, several different ways. So, alright, well, I'm going to the house. It's hot. It's hot in here, and I'm ready to go home. So, we're going this way to the house. Then we're going that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way. But we're pretty close. We'll be there in an hour. Alright, well, I guess if I'm going to show y'all downshifting, this will probably be a good spot to do it. Coming up over the Arkansas River here, I've got to make a right turn up here at the bottom of the bridge, so I'm kind of going to use the uphill of the bridge to kind of slow me down. Give it a gear right there, and I'm going to hit the jakes on the way down. I was messing around and messed the switch up for my jakes the other day when I was messing around with the trying to turn my engine. So I got to get a new jake switch, so I got to turn it off every time I get ready to use it. Give it a little throttle, let it slide back into the gear. Give it a little bit of brake right there. Alright, same thing. We're going to give it a little bit of throttle. Feel it go in that gear. A little more jake. We're going to turn. Alright. Ease on the throttle, let it slide into 6th gear and feather that throttle so we don't blow smoke everywhere. We're riding down the levee here. I know you watched any of my videos, you've probably seen I've come through here several times with the camera going. But if you ever wanted to learn how to drive a truck, this is a good road to do it. It's good and skinny, and there's lots of turns and lots of shifting involved on this road right here. Really hitting hard right there, so I give it more throttle and went to a little bit lower gear. When I come out, I'm in that lower gear and I've got momentum, but I've also got RPM, so I got quick throttle response rolling out of that curve. Ready to go home. I'm going home early this week. It's Wednesday today, and I was supposed to deliver today, but I had a little mishap. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what I did. I don't know if any of this will make it into some of the videos that y'all have seen, but what I did basically is I bought some used tires last week. I had some tires that got flat spotted because I was coming around a curve on 81 in Virginia last summer and traffic stopped, and I had to slam on the brakes and it locked up an axle and slid the tires. All right, so here we are. Down one. I'm gonna turn that jake off. Woo. Give a little brake and throttle right there. Down two. Brake in, throttle out, just like that. I was trying to finish my story there. Trying to finish my story and that's the sharpest corner on this thing, so I had to, if you noticed, I kind of hit the brakes and I was slowing down, but I wanted to go into a much lower gear than what I was in the speed and RPM range for. So I hit the brakes to slow the truck down more and hit the throttle to get it into a lower gear. So that's just kind of how I do that. A lot of times I'll hit the brake and with my foot and hit the throttle at the same time like that, but that situation right there, I need a little bit more brake pressure. So back to what I was saying. That was a nice bump. Back to what I was saying. I had two tires locked up. That right here, this front drive right here, locked up, and I got home and rotated the flat spots opposite of one another so they wouldn't wear on right side by side, because they would wear out fast. So you know, I got about another year out of them, but it's still, I've got a bunch of tread left on the other tires. So my guy that I buy some used tires from every once in a while when I need something run out, I bought 2 drive tires from him the other day. I'm meeting a truck up here, so I'm gonna slow down. Got some sharp curves, but one of the tires I bought made about, I don't know, 1,500 miles, blowed out. So blowed out, kind of whooped up my half fender a little bit, but I was gonna deliver today down about an hour south of the house. And just, I don't know, it blew out last night. I just parked it on the ramp, went to bed. Woke up next morning, woke up this morning, and there's a wrecker service that had kind of like a tire shop on the other side of the interstate. So I went over there and they just threw a tire on it for me. But anyway, that kind of put me behind. So lesson learned there. I mean, like, I was just going to buy a new set of tires, 8 new tires, put drives back there. I thought, I want to get my money's worth out of these. I don't want to put a set of drives on in the summertime because it's hot, and those first few 30 seconds, it's like it melts the tire. So I thought I'll get some tires running out, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I should have just put some new tires on and said to hell with it, because I spent $330 on 2 used tires, and then one of them blew out, and I bought a cheap, it was a Uniroll. I didn't even know Uniroll made big truck tires, but I bought a Uniroll, a brand new Uniroll for $350, put right beside that old tire. So I don't know. It's danged if you do, danged if you don't. But as hot as it is, I shouldn't have just put new tires on and been done with it, bad as I didn't want to. So all right, so I give you a little bit of downshifting, upshifting, and going through the gears and braking and everything right there. So I hope that clears up. I hope everything clear as mud on how to drive a 15 speed. So, I'm gonna get off of here, and we're about 15 minutes from the house, 20 minutes, and I am more than happy about it. Ride through here and listen to the radio and check everybody's cotton crop and their corn crop and their soybean crop out. And this cotton crop right here is kind of looking good already. So, all right, peace out, guys.